Hey, Ox here. Welcome to Market Monday, where we fulfill all your dreams, yes, even the freaky ones. We got golden tickets, content schedule, theme team remix. We'll talk about investments, and if you're still looking to hunt for coins, how to make some here, and what to kind of look for, along with some other market, just general chatter and yapping, as we like to do. Okay, so golden tickets on the way tomorrow. Mean Joe Green. It's pretty hot, dude. Okay, so this was a den creation. Okay, CK Nug was the guy who pulled the golden ticket. He left it up to the viewers of us on Twitch. And so through the voting, he offered 4 choices. The voting, Mean Joe Green won. There was actually a couple rounds because our first pick was Peppers, but that was made, of course, by somebody else originally. So we had a shift, and we shifted to Mean Joe Green. He's designed more as a deep safety than a user, since we saw there's so many users being made. So he's got deep zone knockout. He also has tackle supreme. Those are his 1 AP abilities. His 0 AP abilities should be lurk artist, mid zone, and avalanche. So you could either go, if he's a deep safety, you could throw avalanche, mid, deep. You are losing the lurk artist, so it'd be a little harder to get interceptions, but you will be getting a lot more fumbles with avalanche. Now, I don't know, I'm a little worried about them not giving avalanche on the card, but I feel like they would have rejected that ability and sent it back to the creator, like they've done for Dom on a bunch of his, on a bunch of his cards. They sent it back. So hopefully they actually follow through with the ability, because avalanche is built into a bunch of other cards, and why should golden tickets not get the same abilities that multiple other cards in the game literally have as abilities on them, i.e. Cam Chancellor, Ray Lewis. So Mean Joe Green right there as that one, and kind of cool card art. We picked out the cover athlete card art, and they're like, they just sent it back, I think yesterday, saying we can't do that, choose something else. And then I don't know, they just went with this. So I don't know where that cover art from, but cool jacket, dude. Cool jacket. All right, anyways, Rob Gronkowski. Now this would be a user, right? So that's why we designed with the deep zone knockout, more of a safety archetype than an actual user. 6'4", 275. Whereas this Gronkowski is much better probably for underneath, being 6'7" and an actual user. So that's kind of what our thought process. Mean Joe Green will still be a fine user if you decide to go with like Tackle Supreme, Avalanche, Lurk Artist, or one of the zone knockouts. You can still do that with mid zone. But that's kind of the thought process behind it. So Gronkowski, yeah. I don't know his abilities. We'll see. I think the creator was talking about it. He tagged me in some stuff. We'll see, what EA ends up following through with, if they screw up like they did last week for a little bit or not. Larry Fitzgerald, 99 speed, looking nice. 6'3", I believe his card is, so it's a pretty decently sized wide receiver. And then the last one is this Taysom Hill. And I'm really worried about Taysom Hill. I'm not sure. I don't think it'll be that expensive. Just because the discounts you could put on quarterbacks were pretty bad. They didn't allow you to discount like a lot of the ones that you only want to discount on quarterbacks, like pass velocity chemistries, etc. So Taysom Hill right here for you. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about the content schedules. This kind of goes in more into the Market Monday from the Golden Ticket Talk. We'll be live on Twitch for Golden Tickets tomorrow, of course. Always looking for loopholes. So we have Golden Tickets Tuesday, Thursday content, and then Saturday content. Kind of looks like the cadence here going forward. The interesting thing about Theme Team All-Stars is it doesn't say part 1. Last year, there were 3 parts to this promo on Theme Team. They called it Redux last year. So Theme Team Redux, Madden 23, we had D. Thomas. It was a very, surprisingly in-depth promo for this late in the year. Like, they obviously they got in limited editions. They got in reward players, they call them. Team players, there's still sets and stuff, but they brought in remix coins, and every single team got a 99 overall, which was awesome. And then it happened once again 3 times. There was part 1, part 2, also part 2 and 3 in a second. And there's quick sell players. You could quick sell for remix coins. We'll see, of course, the reveal what this means Thursday, so I'm not gonna spend that much time on it because it could be completely different this year. And since it's only 1 part, there might be different. Now, there was a field pass last year. I expect maybe a field pass again this year, which means maybe you could get your 86s investments. Oh, I'm still in the dugout from stream earlier where we were smashing some baseballs. So if you guys look at generic, for investment tips and everything, we've been doing this for a while. Let's go Infinite Flux, okay? So we'll take a look at this stuff, and the objectives oftentimes have sets complete 3 infinite Flux sets. So what happens is people go out and buy the cheapest cards, right, to do the sets to get the field pass done. They want to get it done as soon as possible, right away. So if we go ahead and go over to sets, raw hot sets, you know, the stuff that they, you know, don't allow on broadcast television. That's why we're on the YouTubes, but we're not quite that dirty. We're not on the what is it, OnlyFans or whatever triple X rated stuff you guys look for. Infinite Flux. So if you go down all the way to the cheapest one, it is 93 infinite Flux of the cheapest. So that means it would be 90s. So if we expect a similar program, maybe grabbing 90s is not a bad spot. Previously it was 86s. I don't know. This is all speculation and wonder, but I don't think buying 90s is, you know, if you are looking to speculate, make some coins, potentially 90s go up from, what are they minned out right now? Let's go ahead and take a look without having to navigate anywhere. Let's go on the GG's prices. 90s are currently at 0.52. So just about minned out. So there is obviously very limited downside, especially if you're sniping at 5.3 would be min out. So buy at 90s at 5.3, and you literally can't go down. Can't go tits up, as we say. You can always quick sell for training, but what is there to spend training on? Mystery packs, will end up losing you coins. Obviously, mystery packs might be fun to pull for golden tickets, but that's the downside isn't that great, but the upside is potentially doubling your coins on the 90s that you have. So upside, downside, that's investing, right? It's not perfect. Although if it was perfect, then everybody would do it and everybody would make infinite coins. So anyways, last year there was like motivator chemistry. And again, I'm not going to explain this because they could easily change this for Thursday's promo. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of illustrate how in-depth last year's theme team promo ended up getting. Then we had obviously part 2, part 3, all these things out there for the theme team Redux last year. So we'll see how in-depth. Obviously, them not showing multiple parts on their content schedule, just having one, leads us to believe it won't be multiple parted. But the big thing, and I really like this, Ultimate Legends has become back to the premier program that it should be. Right? This year it felt like Ultimate Legends for like a while took a back seat to promo cards, and even Legends themselves I felt like took a little bit of a back seat for a long time. But right now Ultimate Legends, because of the built-in abilities and how just wild they're going with it, right? Some of the best abilities in the game, right? Set feet lead on Andrew Luck being 0. Insane. Like, literally unstoppable force. John Randall's the best pass rusher in the game, and it's not even close. So these cards are very expensive. And when you see expensive cards that are also sets, you'd be like, whoa, there could be some profit here. Now, I will say right now, it is not nearly as good as it was a couple weeks ago, because it does look like the wider community has caught on. So for like the 3 or so 4 weeks, I don't know however long you're talking about this for, it was free money on the weekends. How many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're talking about it for like 3 weeks or something. Maybe 4. I don't know. But anyways, it's a little bit worse now because these cards are very expensive, which means the set cost on the cards that we want to get, which would be 93 ULs to build the 96s to make the new cards, those things are still stuck at 60k, right? Just like Stepsis, they're stuck there. So it's a little tougher to invest. You're going to have to kind of filter through this during the week a little bit. Maybe 93s go down a hair. Go down a hair under 50 into the 40s. I don't know. Probably not, because of how crazy 96 ULs for those, like just look up Luck and Randall there. 300k for Luck still, so obviously 60 times 5 to do the set would be 300k, so there's no profit at the moment. So that's why the set cards are staying at 60k, because this Luck card is staying expensive. So obviously you could go ahead and filter on down. When you look at that, if 93s are still 60k, you got to ask yourself, do I feel lucky punk? But you can also ask yourself, how do I construct a 93 overall UL card? And obviously you go ahead and down here to the 93, couple different sets to build them, basically the same thing. 90 overall ULs. So then you go ahead and filter down another one, and you look at 90 overall ULs, what it costs to build that, which are basically 88s, 89s. And you can get 88s if you're finding 88s. Let's go ahead and take a look here. It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow. You're finding 88s at approximately, according to mutt.gg, 2.1. So you're taking 2.1 times, what is it, 4? 2.1 times 4 to make a 90, which would be about, what, 8,400. And then a 90 takes 5 to make a 93. So 8,4 times 5, which is 42, 43. You can make 93s for 43. You can sell for 60, or obviously make all the way up to this 96 to sell for 300 plus. So a horse a piece almost right there. It might be just easiest to exchange it all the way up for the luck piece, or just create luck, right? You could all do the thing, everything, create luck. Buy 396s, create 296 luck. So that right now is the current like method to profit as far as UL sets, and that's just been profit like for weeks. So I'm not even feeling bad because we've talked about this set. Like the first week, I tiptoed towards it, try to tell people about it, and it was it stayed hecka profitable. We'll say hella, dude. Like we were like in Northern California, it's hella profitable. And then the last week or so, I was like, yeah, that's crazy profits, and so it's still there, it's still working. Maybe it's because I've fallen off plus ratio. Bro wishes he was sketch though. So that's profits in mud if you want to make it. Obviously there are other sets in the game, especially with overpricing, things that you can do to make coins and stuff in the game. The high price of the Ultimate Legend cards have made Ultimate Legend packs. I wouldn't say they're profitable, but actually they're not as bad of a ripoff as they generally have been. If you are buying, I bought 10. I took an L, but a lot of people said they did really well on the UL packs because all you got to do is pull 93s. And you're sitting pretty, right? That's 60K alone just for the 93, plus what else you get. And the contents are expensive too, to make the sets. So anyways, still no packs are profitable. Take that. I want to reiterate that. But I'll see you guys tomorrow on twitch.tv/GutFox. That's it for tonight. Hope your Market Monday was as good as it was for me.